Here's my honest opinion on running for MMA. Okay, here's my experience with running. I have insane sport-specific cardio. Like, if you see me, right, I've had like 9 matches. Hold up, 9 matches in a single day. I've won gold at like blue belt adult, so it's a really tough division. It's like a national level competition, but and I've gone many rounds without even gassing out, right? But my running cardio isn't even all that. Okay, so I've got insane sports specific cardio. Running cardio isn't amazing. It's a bit strange, isn't it? A bit of a coincidence. That, oh yeah, maybe maybe running cardio isn't much similar to sports specific cardio. Now I understand this is like grappling, for example. So obviously grappling's a bit different to MMA and striking. You got all of that, right? So 100%, you still can run, but this is my experience with it. I think running is overrated. The most common advice when someone says, "Oh yeah, I want to improve my endurance," right? So when someone says, "Oh yeah, I want to improve my endurance," most common advice you'd get, just run more, bro. I just think it's stupid advice because, you know when you fight, right? You know when you fight. Say if there's two guys here fighting. Are you fighting at a running pace? Have you seen anyone who fights at a running pace? No, it's really explosive. You have short bursts of high intensity. You have short bursts of high intensity, and then you have kind of periods of rest as well. So you like where you're just chilling, you're not hitting each other, you're fainting and stuff like that. So that is what fighting really is. You're not fighting at a steady state. Okay. So most common advice, just run more, bro, is just not like a good idea. It's just not a good idea. The problem with running, yeah, it just doesn't match fight pace. Also, it is difficult on joints. Say if there's like a boxer running 5, 6 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week. How are you like? You do understand, right? Because you're putting your joints on like in a very stressful position every single day while when you're running. You know, have you heard of like the condition of like runner's knee, for example, where you're putting your knee joints at risk just from constantly just stepping. You're putting pressure on your joints and everything, right? It's difficult on your joints, and it doesn't even match fight pace. Now, I'm not gonna, demonize running and say, oh yeah, no, it's completely terrible, because I still think it has benefits, and I still think you can run, but do it in the way I tell you to, okay? So, it doesn't match fight pace. So, what should you do instead of running? Better methods of endurance is high intensity interval training and sport specific cardio. Two different types. I think these are both much better than running, okay? So, high intensity interval training would be doing sprints on the bike. So, for example, you go 30 seconds of all out 100% effort, and then 30 seconds rest, and do that again for about 6 rounds or something, and then you increase every week, right? Sport specific training, which I've recently took into account, right? I've watched a video and I saw like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about this training, So that's what I was thinking whilst watching this video. Okay, the sport specific way to improve your endurance, right, would be something like a Shark Tank, if you know what that is. So what it basically means is that, okay, you have a 5 minute round with one guy, and then instantly after you have a 5 minute round with a completely new fresh guy, and then after that you have a 5 minute round. So you're constantly going to be tired, but you will have to kind of work with a fresh opponent who's not even tired. So you could work like positionally. So like say if he's taking you to the ground, you just have to stand up. You just have to keep on trying to get out, or like you're doing like a hard kind of a sparring at like high intensity. Obviously, no, you can't just go head. Does this mean like, oh yeah, you should go head hunting and fucking try and knock him out in sparring? No, because obviously you're going to cause brain damage, right? But the thing is, that's besides the point. You can still work positionally, right? You can still work at a high intensity. You could do body sparring. You can also work takedowns and stuff like that, just grappling, wrestling. But you just get new opponents every time, and also the opponents should try and work to put pressure on you. Try work and get you tired. So. But the only downside to this is that you probably need friends, which, like, I'm assuming, hopefully you have friends, but if you don't, that's probably, like, something else you need to work on. But, yeah, so, sport-specific training and HIIT training, that's the only downside to sport-specific, is that you actually need people to do, like, actually want you to come around, and most likely, like, I don't know if they'd actually want to listen to you, you know what I mean? If probably just some, like, little gooner, you know what I mean? So, anyways, if you still want to run, my honest recommendation would be to do it one times a week. So once a week, basically. It's not one time a week, but yeah, just once a week, and do it in like the morning. In my opinion, it would just be better. Just do it in the morning. It's not really gonna help your cardio much, but it's really good for an aerobic base. So say if you're in like an off season, you're not like competing or anything, which I'm probably assuming if you're watching this video, you're not really a competitor. You never, like, I'm assuming you've probably never competed before. You've competed a little bit, right? So maybe yeah, you could do it 1 to 2 times a week, just running, but don't overdo it. In my opinion, I don't think that fighting really relies on running and stuff like that. You need to develop a different sort of endurance. Now, if you want to be a boxer, okay, maybe you could start implementing a bit more running. But even then, I'd still say boxing is still quite high intensity as well. But yeah, no, 100%. You can still run for boxing if you want to. But yeah, that's basically all I just want to get across to you in this video is that, okay, if anyone ever tells you, oh yeah, you should only run to improve your endurance, I think it's bullshit. Do those two other training methods I told you. So there's 3 ways you can improve your endurance. So sport specific methods, high intensity interval training, and high intensity interval training. I forgot to spell for a second. And then you've got the aerobic training. So that could just be all running, right? Try and get at least, if you could do 1 a week of each. So if you could do 1 sport specific Shark Tank, 1 high intensity interval training, and then 1 cardio, like, running session. I think that's more than enough cardio if you're also including like the sport specific training that you're doing as well. But yeah, that's all I want to get across to you in this video, and yeah, thanks for watching.